guidelines training has been done. Is it okay? So basically the project is Chegg restructuring. In this project, you will be given with question and its solution. This solution that can be in the form of the handwritten way or a normal solution without any structuring or without any stepwise marking or something like that. Or it can be a one-line solution, or sometimes it can be a possibility that the solution it is having some link which is associated with any external website. So like this, you will be provided with these solutions. Now what we have to do in this project, we have to just change these solutions into a best structure which is according to the guidelines of the Chegg Platform 2.0 portal. During the structuring, you have to take the solution as a reference material and then create your structuring according to it. If it is needing some addition of the information or modification of the information, so that you have to do for the structuring. Regarding the subjects, I had already shared the rate cards as well as the subjects. So, regarding how the work will be done. To do the structuring, you have to basically follow a format. Topic, subtopic, step 1, explanation, step 2, explanation, then step 3, and so on. And then you have to go for your final answer. Sometimes your step 1, it can be your introduction. Just a second. Okay. So how to do this? So for the topic, it should be the topic of the question which is being given to you. For example, your question it is of the trigonometry, then your topic will be of trigonometry. Or if it is a question of data handling, then it is your data handling. If the question is having a concept of proteins, then the topic will be proteins. So this is how you have to manage that what is the concept which is being given, or you can say the concept which is the core concept of the question. You have to identify it and then you have to basically put the topic of that. Sometimes it is most probable that you are not finding the correct tag or correct topic of the question, like the concept is having proteins but in the topics you are not getting it, so you can just go with the most possible situation of the topic. Regarding the subtopic is the second topic which is being denoted in the question. For example, if The question is of trigonometry, and there is application of trigonometry or application of trigonometric ratio. So your subtopic will be application of trigonometric ratio, or if the question is having a core concept of data handling, but the sub topic here is mean, mode, median, then it is there. And if the subtopic is of if the topic is of protein, and the subtopic basically consists of the uh, modification of the proteins or something like that, mutation in proteins or modification of amino acid, so this will be your subtopic. So topic basically means the basic concept of the question, and subtopic is the main concept of the question. Now coming to the step parts. For this, what you have to do is, we have the step 1 marking. So the step 1, it can be your introduction part if you want to do that, because in sometimes the question is very much directly. So for that, you have to basically go with the introduction part in the step 1. Okay, so in the step 1, you have to basically tell, or you can say you have to give the information which is being given in the question. That is also in your own language. You can't just put the same language in this step part if you are going for the introduction. And if you are basically, for example, in this part you have given the information of the question, and also you had said that for finding this value, we are using trigonometric identities. So when you are using some word which is being connected, just a second. So if you are using some words which are the your way of doing the question, then you have to basically use them. With the step 1, you have a part also, that is your explanation part. It is being added with each and every step. So most of the people are getting confused that what we have to write in this explanation part. So to write in explanation part, you can go with some few basic things, that either you can write your approach by which you have solved the question, or by which you are going to solve the question. You can write your approach here, like by using trigonometric identities, we are able to find the value of x, or we are able to find the angle trigonometric ratios or something like that. Okay, or you can say that either you can explain the term which you think, or which you had used for solving the question. For example, here I have underlined trigonometric identity. So either I can write the approach that how I'm going to solve this question, or you can write that what is the trigonometric identity. It's just a basic definition about the trigonometric identity, just to brush up the knowledge of the student. Okay, and or another thing that you can put in the explanation is any extra information regarding the question or solution. which you find that it is relevant with the solution and question. No irrelevant thing should be there in the explanation part. I hope I had made this clear. Now, coming for the step 2, your your actual calculation, it will start from this step 2. For example, you are just going with the step and then you are going with your own language and you are putting the solution like this. And then again, you have to go for the explanation of step 2. So for explanation, again, you can use either the approach or you can use a term which you have used for solving or you have used for the calculation here, or you can put the any other information which is relevant with this step. And so on. You have to add the step, add the explanation until you find that you had got the correct answer or you had completed your calculation or your theory. After completion of the theory or the calculation, you will be getting a final answer. So in the last, you have to put the final answer. To put this final answer, you have to use appropriate sentence forming. You can't put the exact language which is being given in the question. You have to modify it accordingly so that there should be no plagiarism in the solution. So your final answer is should be a sentence, a complete sentence should be there. For example, if you have find angle ABC having a trigonometric ratio of 3/4. So instead of writing final answer as this, you have to write it the trigonometric ratio for angle ABC is found to be 3/4 by above calculation. So your approach should be a complete sentence, not just the answer. It should not be like this. It should be always like this. Now, what are the do's and don'ts? So basically, you have to use the proper wording, proper sentences. Your grammatical should be, there should not be any grammatical mistakes there. You have to basically use the tools which are being given to you on the portal or the software which are to be used on the Word file. Okay. And don'ts are like you can't just use the keyboard for typing the equations or typing the additions or some calculations like this. Okay. Another thing that another don'ts is that instead for dividing you have to use upon like fraction, but not this thing. Just a second. Similarly, for multiplication, some people has used asterisk, but you don't have to use it. You have to basically use the multiplication symbol which is being given in the word editor, or I will say in the math type. Now how you will proceed and how the things will be done. So for sampling, only for the samples, for sampling, you have to use MS Word firstly. In this MS Word, for equations, you can use either the word equation editor which is inbuilt in the MS Word, or you can use the software which is known as MathType. This software will allow you to type the equations and then you can copy it and paste it in your MS Word. The steps which I had just now told to you, you have to basically put those steps or put that format in the MS Word only for your sample. After the sampling, your work will be QC'd and all the things will be done, and then you will be provided, after sampling, you will be provided with your login ID credentials, which will make you enable to use the Chegg portal. And then you have to use this work, or you can say you have to use this format on the Chegg portal. Now, how to use it? Basically, the portal is having all the things. On the portal itself, you are having math type, you are having equation editors, or you are having drawing tools. Even you are having the graph tools there. So basically, it means that on the portal, you are having, or the portal is making everything available for you. You just have to use it. Okay. So for that thing, in the portal itself, the steps box is there, and also the explanation part is there along with the step box. So you don't have to basically type the step or explanation. You just go with your steps and their explanation. Got it? In the Chegg platform or in your structuring or restructuring project, the minimum number of the step is 2 steps and the maximum number of the step is 10 steps. Each step should have maximum 10 to 12 lines, so that your step should not be crowded. Okay. The samples, I have shared the sheet of samplings. In that sheet, you have a assessment folder in which you are having multiple subjects, and each subject is having 3 sets of the question. You have to do any one set, and from that any one set you have to do only 2 questions as your sample. In the sample, you are not given with a solution. Why? Because we want to verify, or you can say we want to test your knowledge, that how much hold you are having upon your subject. The samples, they are being submitted on the sheet itself. In the sheet, I have made a some SME submission sub sheet. So in that part, you can submit your work. Okay, once your work is being submitted, I have given 48 hours to submit the work. Once your work is submitted, it will be gone through the internal QC as well as the external QC. And if there was any rectification to be done, any rework was to be done, they will be given to you. Or the comment will be there if it was accepted or rejected or even reworked. So that will be given to you so that you will have an idea that what was your mistake and what you had missed, or that what you have skipped during your structuring or during your trainings. Okay. And after that, you will, after your samples was approved, you will be given with the login ID credentials, which I have already told, of the Chegg portal, and then you will be monitored through the Chegg portal. On the Chegg portal, it is advised to do less skip of the questions, as because you are already having the solutions, so try to do the less skips, and also you are advised to do the proper structuring of the solution.